This is a series called Gorshum Rants or G-Rants. It features adult language and covers a wide variety of topics. It is brutally honest, and no topic is off limits, so you may be offended. Let's just say I don't have a lot of patience. So I'm sitting here reading a comment, right? I wanted to point out exactly the same thing. I admire Hugh. He speaks British. You cannot speak British! You can't speak British! It is not a language! British is not a language! Why are people so It should hurt to be stupid. It should. You should be physically wounded for being a moron. God forbid I go anywhere and there's not two women harping on each other. God forbid. Because that really pisses me off. I don't understand. It's like you put two women together for any reason whatsoever. One will look at the other and be like, oh, that woman's a slut. And the other one will be like, oh, that's some fat bitch over there. And I just don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, are you so inept as human beings that you cannot fucking cooperate or even just coexist together? I swear to God, I don't know what it is about women. I don't really care either. But if you cannot learn to at least deal with each other, then you have way bigger problems. Because, God, I cannot stand the bullshit. This is why I'm gay. This is why I was made gay. Because I couldn't deal with this crap. And then you have the viewers, and they're like, oh, well, I demand more content. I'm not going to give you shit in return. I'm not going to hit the like button. I'm not going to comment. But if there's something I don't like, I will tell you about it. And you know what? That pisses me off, too. It's like, if you have no other marketable skill than to complain, there's no follow-up to that. It's like if you have no other marketable skill than to complain, that's it. There's nothing you can say about that. If you have no other marketable skill than complaining, that's it. That's the end. You're done. You got nothing. That's it. I don't even have a witty line for you. You're an idiot. And when people ask me for advice, they're like, Gorshum, what should I do? I'm in this terrible situation. And I put on my thinking cap. And by thinking cap, I mean the I'm not a moron cap. And I say, well, obviously, the thing you have to do is, you just do this, this, and this. And like, well, but that's hard. I'm like, I know, but you want out of the situation? It's like, well, maybe if I just don't, I'll figure out how to deal with this, and, things will just get better. And it's like, no, they won't. No, they won't. Trust me, they won't. Yeah, but maybe they will. No, they won't. And then you know what they do? Nothing. They sit there and they take it. And then they come back to me like 5 months later, wow, Gorshum, you were right about everything. It's like, I was right about everything. That's why I told you. I wasn't gonna... What did you think I would do? Why did you come to me for advice if you thought I was going to lie to you? What is wrong with you? Oh, my brain. You're hurting my ideas. And religion just absolutely pisses me off, too. It's like, you know how I can tell I'm a good person? Because I spread misery and suffering to people who aren't me. If there's minority, I make no effort not to make their life miserable. Because I'm a good person, I want to spread the suffering. That way I can get into heaven. Yeah, because, the thing that people seem to take from religion is that all the great leaders didn't go around spreading kindness. They went around spreading herpes. Apparently that's what people take from it, because that's the way they act. They spread mental herpes to people. That is what it is. It is mind herpes. And it spreads like wildfire. And you've got these parents with these like 10, 11, 12-year-old daughters in shorts that may as well be called underwear. Because it doesn't come down like it is the length of my finger, okay? That is how long this stuff is. And let me tell you, at that age, you have nothing to show off. You have nothing. You may as well take some freaking balloons or some newspapers or something and just stuff it in there, because there's nothing there to show off. And why are your parents letting you out of the house like this? I mean, this is why the show 16 and Pregnant exists, because some parents like, it would be great. It would be great if everyone could see my daughter's everything. Because, I really want to be a grandparent, and, I can't really wait until she's 18. I mean, that takes forever. So I figured I would just give her this really short shorts, and as I get the problem, just solves itself. And this one really gets to me. It's when you tell someone, usually a guy, if you're a guy, basically when you tell someone of the same gender, of the same sex as you, that you're gay, you always get the same reaction. Oh, well, that's good, but, as long as you don't hit on me or nothing, because I'm such a prize catch with my beer gut, my my lack of muscles and my $8 an hour job. It's like, are you kidding me? I have this thing called standards. I don't know if you've heard of them. I guess you haven't. I should have realized that before I said it. I'm sorry. But I have them. They're up here. You're down here. This is like kindergarten level, okay? This is way down here. You're like a lowrider of standards. Those idiotic comments on videos where it's like, oh, well, X amount of people dislike this video because of Y. And they get the thumbs up. They get all the thumbs up. It can be the most stupid thing in the world. It can be like, well, obviously 20 people don't like Burger King. And it will have like 2,000 thumbs up. I don't understand. I can't even get that many likes on a video when some idiot making a stupid comment gets to that many. How does this happen? This is what happens when you don't live in an intelligent and educated society. I challenge you to find some Japanese video where it says, oh, well, 2,000 people don't like McDonald's or Moe, and find 2,000 thumbs up. Nobody will care. Nobody will care because they're smarter than us. Women on Facebook who constantly upload pictures of themselves in like short shorts, belly shirts, yada yada, and they say, oh, I'm so ugly. And it's like, if you're ugly, stop uploading the damn pictures, woman. If you think you look terrible, stop uploading them. You don't think you look terrible, you think you can get compliments. There's a complete difference. And if you want compliments, just ask for them. You're not 2 years old. You know English. If you are that stupid that you don't know how to say, please compliment me, I have no self-esteem, and I hope one day to be able to lie on my back for a living, then I don't know what to tell you. Now I'm going to harp on my own people for a little bit, because gays, come on you guys, you don't have to talk with a lisp, you don't have to flick your wrist, you don't have to do that crap. You can just act like normal human beings. God forbid you remember how to speak. I mean, like, if you're worried that the cute guy down the street isn't going to like you unless you sound like some weird combination of a Furby that's been screwed by a poodle and they had a baby and it's all messed up. I don't even know where I'm going with that, but the point stands. Learn to speak English or Spanish or whatever your native language. I can't even picture a Japanese gay person with a lisp. I am trying. I can't. I really hope it's an American thing. I really hope it is. Because if it's spread other places, I'm going to be very disappointed. But then you have lesbians, and that is where I have no comprehension of the sheer amount of hatred that they feel for everything. Especially anything with a penis. You don't see gay guys walking around like, oh, look at that girl. I hate her. She's terrible. No, we don't care. No one does that. Maybe some people, but not the vast majority. Whereas every lesbian that I have met, and each one that I've heard of, has this vicious, vicious hatred towards the guys. And it's like, why? It's like, I understand where the term feminazi came from because of this. I understand. You gotta tone it down. Really, you cannot be in a constant state of PMS. Idiots in video games who are like, oh, well, obviously the reason I died is because you didn't heal me while I was standing in the fire for like 5 minutes. If you had been a better healer, then I would have lived through that and we would have won. No, if you're stupid had gotten out of the fire, we wouldn't have... I don't understand what's so hard about that concept. What is it about fire that makes stupid people want to stand in it? Because I would love to set their houses on fire, and I would love to watch them just burn, because they'd be like, oh my god, it's the fire, I gotta get it, I gotta step in that. I don't know why, but I love standing there, and I would watch them burn. I would be so happy. And then you have those guys, there's just nothing going on upstairs, you know, it's empty. They come up to you and they're like, hey baby, what's your sign? And you go, what? And you know, without missing a beat, they're like, oh, well, I'm a who, and I hear those go great together. And it's like, how is it possible to be that stupid and not to have forgotten how to breathe? And you sit here marveling at this wonder of anti-Darwinism in the flesh, and everything in you just really wants to make a Salem witch trial for this person. And why do we even have weathermen if they can never get the weather right? It's like, oh, well, it's going to be sunny today, and then it rains. And then it rains. I could do the same thing with an Etch-a-Sketch on thermometer. And then you have, of course, the unique brand of stupid people. Like, there was a woman in the news, I kid you not, I read about this. The woman died because she was going on a sunlight diet. Basically, she was trying to live off of sunlight without eating or drinking, because she heard that some crazy Asian master did it, and so she figured she could too. Obviously, this woman has never been lied to in her life, and never will be again because it's over. Thanks, Darwin. Natural selection, not just a video game. It doesn't make sense. Nobody would be stupid. Obviously, the person who invented sports scholarships for college. It's like, wow, my son can throw a ball. Maybe so, but can he throw it as well as my son can? Whoa, he can't throw it as well as your son. That's why my boy's going to college. To learn how to throw balls at people and not miss. I mean, really, if you went up to any civilization in the world and you pitched them this idea before it existed, it's like, I would like to create a scholarship to help people get into college. Okay, what kind of people? People who can throw balls at other people and not miss. You would get laughed out of the room. You would get kicked out. They'd be like, get out of my... Why are you here? I just can't imagine how this person did this. Kids on the internet who think they're tough. Because that's another one. I'm not, because one day they're going to piss off the wrong person. One day they're going to be like, oh, well, you're so small and inept and whatever. Kids have really stupid insults. I'm not even going to bother to repeat them because they're stupid. So I'm just making up my own. And they're going to piss this person off. And this person is going to be, Jeffrey Dahmer or the Zodiac Killer or something like that. He's going to be some psychopath. He's going to hunt them down. He's going to stab them to death in their own home over Call of Duty. And you know what I'm going to be doing when I see on the news? When I see that on the news, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to walk out of the room. I'm going to grab my party hats. I'm going to come back, and I'm going to start laughing my butt off. I'm going to be like, oh, I guess you're not teabagging anyone again. And I'm going to laugh, and I'm not even going to give condolences to the family. I won't. No, because, it's like they need to be removed from the gene pool anyway, and I'm going to laugh so hard. I hope I'm not on the jury for this person. I hope that if it does happen and there's like a murder case, I hope they don't select me for the jury because I'm going to vote to acquit the guy. I'm going to be like, hey, the kid was like, you can't beat me. I'm so good in real life, I'll make you cry your pants. I'm dead serious. That's what, teenage insults sound like to me. And, it's like, what did the kid expect to happen? If I went up to anybody, and I mean anybody, and I started telling them off like that, I would expect to be eating, my own shoes in the next 5 minutes. So remember, if anyone you love gets killed because of their own stupidity, don't come to me because I will laugh at you. My name is Gorshum, and this has been a G-Rants.